Welcome to Summit City Sports, everybody. I'm Thad Goff here at Canterbury High School, interviewing the new head boys basketball coach at Canterbury, Rob Westfall. He joins me right now. Rob, thanks for joining me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thanks, sir.
My pleasure. My pleasure as well. Well, Coach, since you went to Canterbury as a student for 4 years, how much of a role did that play into your decision to take the head coaching job?
Right. Well, Canterbury is kind of in my blood. I've been here in and around the halls since '87 or so, looking up to the basketball players all through the '90s, having them as my mentors, going through the lower ranks, and then kind of being a mentor while I was on the team. I mean, now to come full circle and have the opportunity to coach these boys, it's kind of a dream come true.
And in addition to being the boys basketball coach, you also teach social studies at the middle school, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. Yeah, I've got the seventh graders over there. It's a fun age to teach.
And, of course, I don't know how long you've been doing that, but with teaching seventh graders over there, some of those former seventh graders may be players who will be on the basketball team. So maybe that you have some familiarity with the students. So how much do you think that'll help you?
Right. Well, you know, a big part of coaching here is knowing the community, and that plays right into it. So seventh grade, I was just joking with one of my students this year. You know, he'll take a year off for me. He'll get over the trauma of me in the classroom, and then he'll be wanting to come out and have 4 great years on the basketball squad with me. So it's a lot of fun.
Now, you talked about how you like to watch the team play in your growing up years. How much have you gotten to watch the team play in more recent years?
Yeah, you know, I've seen a handful of games. You know, not nearly as many as I'd like. It's a small community, and you get to interact with the guys on the team quite a bit through word of mouth and everything like that the last couple of years. But I'm really excited for this group of boys that we've got here. There's a lot of talent, a lot of experience, a lot of good kids in the squad.
Yeah, speaking of that, there were a few seniors that graduated from last year's team, but if I'm not mistaken, there were a good number of key players who were non-seniors. So unless some of those players decide not to play basketball this year, you could stand to have a fairly experienced team. How valuable is it to have a good experience on your team going in?
Oh, it's phenomenal. Quick example of how experienced they are. You know, I was named as coach, you know, a couple weeks ago. And my first team meeting was at a team-organized open gym. So, you know, these guys that are going to be seniors next year, they're going to be returning varsity members. They know what it takes to get some wins, and, you know, they've already started that process. And to kind of come in, it feels like I'm coming in almost mid-season, and it's only June. So that experience and that leadership is absolutely crucial.
And, of course, you told me leading up to today that you have coached various basketball teams in the area since graduating from Canterbury. What kinds of teams have you coached? Were they youth teams, AAU, travel teams? What kind of teams were they?
Yeah, mostly youth teams. A lot of teams connected with the school. My first coaching experience was my younger brother's 6th grade middle school basketball team, and that's when I was I think the first year was a junior on the team here, and then my senior year I coached him for a second year. So, you know, that's where I kind of got the coaching bug, and it was with my own brother, a bunch of his buddies, and it was within Canterbury. So in some respects, I suppose I've had about a 20-year coaching career here at Canterbury already. So it's really cool to have that kind of cyclical nature coming back here.
What's your approach going to be both on the offensive and defensive sides of the ball?
Yeah, I'm a big believer in some hard-nosed, intense defense, and we've got, you know, some great kids here that make smart decisions, smart guys, and we've got some really smart basketball players. So I'm really going to encourage them to make some good decisions, put the decision-making in their hands as much as possible on offense, and, you know, in between the defense and the offense, it's just fun to get up and run. So hopefully we'll get out, get some quick points. We'll be a fun team, intense team to watch. I really love hard-nosed man-to-man defense, and I'm excited to set that tone here.
Canterbury is not in any conference, but the Fort Wayne community does have several quality basketball programs, some of which have been on your schedule in recent years. I would guess probably will still be. Blackhawk Christian, they won state championship last year. Homestead, they've been consistent under Chris Johnson. They won state just a few years ago. Snyder's had some quality teams. How much are you looking forward to competing against the teams in this community?
The level of basketball in this community is phenomenal. And it's one of those deals where, you know, every ship in the harbor rises. So we benefit from that community feel. We benefit from the talent in the area. It's great to compete against good teams, so we're looking forward to that. Everybody wins when there's high level of competition, so that's exciting.
Whatever happens over the course of your career here at Canterbury, what do you hope that your players take away from their careers playing here?
A lifelong love of the sport. Basketball is kind of a vehicle to bring out some character traits. And so I hope they get to know themselves and their teammates really well. I hope they get a better knowledge of our Canterbury community and their teammates as well within that community. And I hope to play some really high-level competitive basketball along the way, because basketball is a great sport.
Talking to head coach Rob Westfall, the new head coach of the boys basketball team at Canterbury. Coach, thanks for your time.
Hey, likewise.